What's going on, peeps? Welcome to TeamBoydTv. I'm your boy Big Q.
And I'm Ray B.
All right, so we are at the midway point of the season.
Right.
We finally got there, right? And this week we actually have a sponsor this week.
Whoa.
Yeah, so TeamBoydTV picking up steam. All right, so this week's episode is brought to you by SatelliteTVDirect.com. Live TV streaming on your computer or mobile device from anywhere in the world. I will leave links to the website in the description box below. Now, on to the good stuff. What happened last week?
Wow. Busy week. We had, let's start with the first game, which was New York Jets at San Diego.
Right.
Or San Diego at New York Jets.
Right. This is the one where, I picked the Chargers to win it because I wanted them to shut the Jets up. It looked like they was going to pull it off until Plexico Bird showed up.
Right, with 3 touchdowns. Yes, my fantasy wide receiver. Okay, next game up was Houston at Tennessee.
Right.
Houston got that one. I picked Tennessee. Houston killed Tennessee in that one. It was like no one came to play for Tennessee. Washington at Carolina.
Yeah. Well, everybody picked Carolina to win that one. And if Washington had won, it would have been a riot at the Bank of America Stadium.
Okay, then your boy at Miami.
Yeah.
Denver at Tim Tebow.
Right.
It's the Tebow time.
Yeah, it was Tebow time, but not really, right? Because basically everybody wanted to see that game for Tim Tebow, but he didn't really do nothing to the end of the game.
Right, for the last 5 minutes.
All right, so, but rest of Tim Tebow, he just got a chance to play. He won his first game. Congratulations.
Here you go. Chicago at Tampa Bay.
Yeah, so Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago got that one.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle at Cleveland. This is the one we just said. Who could, we did like.
Yeah. We can go either way, right?
I picked Seattle and Cleveland.
Right. He wasn't winning.
Cleveland. Yeah. Atlanta at Detroit.
Right. Oh, this is the one with the controversy with Dominican Sue and Matt Ryan and all them.
We'll have to get back to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Pittsburgh, Arizona. Pittsburgh got that. No surprise.
Right.
KC at Oakland.
Yeah. So.
The Carson Palmer experiment continues.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, he should have been playing.
You called it that. It's a Carson Palmer experiment. That's what it is.
But then they sad and got hurt.
Right.
So, I mean, he went from the couch to the hub.
Right.
That's a big one.
And that's crazy. That reminded me of this interesting stat that I saw. Said that last week, 6 NFL quarterbacks made their debut, and only one of them won.
Wow.
Yeah. No, Tim Tebow.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a big
Right. Yeah. Tim Tebow. Not like the spin of his teeth, but yeah.
Green Bay and Minnesota. That's actually a better game than I thought it was going to be.
It's trying to be pretty good.
Okay. St. Louis at Dallas. Of course St. Louis. They're just pitiful. They're right up there with the next
Hey, but they gave Dallas a cheap and easy victory, though.
Yeah.
So.
They are right up there with the next team, Indianapolis at New Orleans.
Oh my goodness.
What was that?
62 to 7. Yeah. It never stopped, man. I guess Joe Caldwell was looking over at Sean Payton. Well, he couldn't look over at Sean Payton because Sean Payton was up in the booth. He was looking over like, man, can you show me some mercy? And they was like, no.
Oh, yeah,
I really thought they were gonna put up 100 points. I really did.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
In this game, we need to discuss this team. The Monday night game.
Right.
Baltimore and Jacksonville.
Yeah, see.
Like what was that?
I have no idea. I don't know what's this. I don't know. Because Baltimore got to do something. If they keep playing like that, they not gonna win. The first time I saw something like that happen was when they went up to Tennessee, right? And I just don't get it. Sometimes they play.
It's not the defense. It's the offense.
Yeah.
The offense is terrible.
Well, you've been right. You've been saying bad stuff about Joe Flacco all week. I ain't gonna say what you said on the air, but I'm just saying. I don't know. I just think they got some miscommunication. I don't know what's going on.
Ain't no miscommunication.
They need to work it out.
He's 4 years in the league now. He's still the same quarterback he was rookie year. That's terrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, overall, you're catching up to me. You're 61 and 41, and I'm 65 and 37. But don't worry, I won't.
That's a 4-game gap, right?
4-game gap.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So that was the weekend in a nutshell.
Wow. So with the certain teams being on the bye, I didn't really expect a whole lot out of last week, but it turned out to be pretty entertaining anyway. So that brings us to where we are now, which is the start of the second quarter of the season, right? So by now, everybody should be in mid-season form. A lot of people ain't really looking like it, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell you what we think of different aspects of the league at mid-season, right? So we're gonna start off with overall defense. Who do you think is actually playing the worst defense of everybody? I mean, aside from the obvious Indianapolis Colts,
right? Or St. Louis,
right?
I think the team that's playing bad defense that I thought was going to play a little better defense, I think would be the Jets. Their defense to me has not been what it was.
Right.
They just started kind of like coming on the last 2 games, but I don't know, their defense is not the defense it used to be.
I was kind of disappointed in Philadelphia's defense.
Okay.
You would think by this point that defense would be, jailed and clicking. Now I understand that they kind of threw a lot of guys together and expected big things out of them, but I don't know, man. These dudes are pros, so I don't know. Everybody do their job.
Got one big name in defense.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, though, most of those guys are veterans, so ain't no young bucks on that defense. Right. So I don't know. And then, so as far as who's playing good defense, aside from the obvious, Green Bay Packers, and, play that,
Say Green Bay Packers playing good defense. My defensive team is actually a team that in the beginning of the year I dove really hard with the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
They are really playing good defense.
Yeah.
They're a team that you can expect to at least get a few turnovers on defense, some points. They come to play every snap, so they're really the best defense for me right now.
I don't know. See, I would probably lean more toward
49.
So to San Francisco. Absolutely. I would definitely go towards San Francisco because San Francisco came out of nowhere. Like I wasn't even talking about them at the beginning of the season, and they are just on the scene right now doing real big things. Now, who would you say would be your defensive player mid-season? Who would win the mid-season award for your defensive player?
It would be Sue.
You think Sue? Yeah. I don't know. And everybody know that I'm not like the biggest Darrell Reeves fan, but I would give it to Reeves, especially the last 2 games. A couple pick sixes back to the house. I mean, dude playing exceptional ball. So I would say Darrell Reeves. Now on to the more exciting stuff. Right? We're talking about the offense looks like in the NFL by mid-season, right? So who's playing very bad offense?
Oh my goodness. Besides St. Louis.
Besides St. Louis and Indianapolis, right? Yeah.
Gosh, I would say that. Oh man, kind of think. I think those two is like what in the world.
Well,
I probably would put Dallas in that group.
Definitely put Dallas in that group. Dallas would go into that group. I would say a team that you wouldn't think would be in that group, but find themselves in that group would be somebody like Seattle. I don't quite understand what was going on in Seattle.
I know my team that I would pick for bad defense. Arizona. Offense.
Yeah.
Arizona is really playing bad. They got Kevin Cobb thinking he was
Kevin Cobb is unraveling, man. He started out kind of hot at the beginning of the season, but he is slowly starting to unravel. I mean, it's really bad. Now I thought, aside from the last couple games that I would put Minnesota in there for playing bad defense, Donovan Knapp, throwing a lot of interceptions and stuff. Michael Vick, there's been a lot of interceptions being thrown this season, but there's also a lot of passes being thrown as well.
That's true.
All right, so. But who do you think is playing the best offense aside from?
The best offense is Green Bay. Green Bay. Team left.
New England, New Orleans.
The usual suspects.
Right. Well, Carolina, Cincinnati. Carolina and Cincinnati. Don't let me bring up stats. First 4 games, Cam Newton over 1,500 yards. How many interceptions? 4 total.
That don't make it good.
Andy Dalton, it is good offense. It's good offense. This is what offense is. Offense is you moving the ball to score. And you can't tell me Carolina ain't been doing that. They've been doing that. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. So it's some other things going on there that I don't want to discuss. Right. But it's some other stuff going on.
But the offense is doing okay.
The offense is doing good. I think they're actually doing better than they've been playing in the last 4 years, I would say.
I would say that too.
Yeah. So, now, this is going to be a topic of discussion. It can go either way. And I want our Twitter family to weigh in on this one. We want to talk about the offensive player right now, at after 8 games, right? So who you think would be like the absolute best offensive player?
Wow, the best offensive player, not a quarterback.
Oh, it could be anybody. It could be tight end, quarterback, running back, whoever.
I am actually going to say
Cam Newton.
I think he's the best offensive player. He's the one to me that is really carrying his team. He came out like no other rookie quarterback. He really is doing a fantastic
And Cam Newton would have been my first choice too, obviously. Right. But I would say my second choice would have been Devin Hester. You know,
really?
Yeah, it would have been Devin. Yeah, Devin Hester been doing it on special teams. He's been doing it at wide receiver.
And see, if I was gonna pick a spot like that, I probably would have picked Darren Sproles. I think he came from
doing awesome too. Yeah,
New Orleans and
absolutely
just blew it up.
Right, that rolls us right into special teams, which aside from special teams is going to actually pretty entertaining this football season. I would definitely say teams like Kansas City, Chicago, Cincinnati. Their special teams are just playing phenomenal football.
Yeah.
I can't really think of nobody else. Like Kansas City, Cincinnati, Chicago. Those ones are kind of like standouts to me.
Yeah, helping their teams quite a
right.
bit.
The Jets can kind of go in there too, but I don't really see. I forgot who that guy was who's been running around that. He's getting good yards. McKnight, that's his name. Yes. All right. Here's another one that I think is going to be a good topic for debate. Coaches at mid-season, right? Whoa, before you get all excited, right? Before you get all excited. Which coaches, whether they're first year or whether they've been, they're veterans, which coach you think are doing a phenomenal job with their team thus far, after 8 games?
I think after 8 games, I would say that, and you're not going to believe it,
right.
that Andy Reid is doing a phenomenal job with his team. And I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, please do. Please tell me and tell everybody else why. Okay.
I'm picking Andy Reid in the Eagles because there was so much expectation for the team, and they have not lived up to it.
Right.
And the last 2 games, he's really gotten his guys to play and produce and ignore the hype and just play the game, get back to basics.
Right.
And so that's why I'm thinking, because people had so much expectation, they didn't live up to expectation. So now what do? Do you just be like, well, whatever? But no, he motivated them to just get back on track.
You're absolutely right. That is true in every sense of the word. Now, I had a tough time deciding who I thought would be, the coach that I thought was doing the best job. To me, it would be a toss-up between Lovie Smith up in, not Lovie Smith, what's my man's name in Cincinnati? Yeah. Marvin Lewis. Marvin Lewis, considering what he was working with at the beginning of the season, all these rookies, lost his all-pro quarterback and his superstar wide receiver or whatever. Everybody kind of wrote Cincinnati right off, and he kept those guys going. I mean, yeah, true, they kind of succeeded on the arm of Andy Dalton, and then on the back of Cedric Benson. But they're doing good things. I mean, I've seen these stars slowly rise out of the ranks. Gresham, another wide receiver that's showing out up there. And then the other one I would think of would be, so I said Cincinnati, would be Ron Rivera, right? Like, yeah, of course Ron Rivera. Why not? Why not Ron Rivera? First year as a head coach.
I would pick Ron Rivera only because he got to get special teams and defense to come to play.
He does, but this is the thing, right? Like, basically...
And I don't think it's necessarily the coaching that came lit up. I think it's the natural talent.
Well, okay, so if it wouldn't be Ron Rivera, then it would be, I forgot my guy's name, up in Buffalo. Or Jim Schwartz. I would say it's Jim Schwartz, right? Jim Schwartz took a team, and this has been in the works for a couple of years now, obviously. We know with him.
And Harbaugh.
And definitely Harbaugh, yeah. Definitely John Harbaugh. No, Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, because John Harbaugh is looking bad, right? So now we're talking about coaches that's the part I know you're going to like. Coaches on the hot seat, right? Who you think will seat warming up a little bit, who'll get ready to burst into flames?
Let's see. Who's getting his burst into flames, of course, is Caldwell.
You see, I don't know about that, because Jim Caldwell is connected in that organization. I don't know.
I mean, they're just not the type of organization to me that fires coaches mid-season and that type of thing. It's not really scandalous.
Right.
But he is one that is about to be tossed to the flames.
I would think somebody whose seat would be a tad bit hotter would be Jason Garrett in Dallas.
Really?
I think so because, well, we know that Dallas will replace the coach in the middle of the season. They will do it. They will definitely do it. And it don't matter how buddy, everybody, is with the owner and all that kind of stuff.
But you know who has the hottest seat of all?
Who's that?
Miami.
Oh yes, I mean, and I like Tony Sparano, but his seat is very hot right now. It's definitely very hot.
He's gonna need ice.
Right, absolutely. And then look at people like Pete Carroll, who he up and down. I would think he kind of got a lukewarm seat. I think if he don't pick it up And by this time next year, if we look in the same way, his seat is probably pretty hot too.
Yeah.
You know, you got people like, well, he was a first year coach, Leslie Frazier out in Minnesota. He got some things he needed to work out up there.
Big time. But I was glad to see that he had enough guts to bench Donovan and put in Ponder and let him get started.
Now, I really believe back out to Dallas again, I think that especially with the way Dallas is known for, you know, firing coaches mid-season and things like that, and the fact that if you watch the Dallas games, you see Ryan on TV more than you see Garrett on TV.
You really do.
So I'm thinking it's only a matter of time before Ryan takes over that team. Absolutely. That's my opinion right there, right?
Okay.
All right, so that's all the mid-season, you know, grades that we got. That was actually pretty fun. That was cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it was a pretty slow week in the NFL after all football games ended. The biggest thing that we saw, which it wasn't really that big to me, but Terrell Owens, you know, wanted to hold a public tryout, basically looking for a job, right? You know what I'm saying? So he's looking for a job, so he went out and had a public tryout. A bunch of media people came. They aired it live on NFL Network. The no team came to see him, right? Right. Yeah, so what you feel about this? And Terrell Owens in general.
You know what? I can't hate a man for trying.
Right.
He need to make money. He want to get a job. What he knows is football. I'm all for that. I just don't see it really happening.
I don't either.
He'll be 38 in December.
Right.
He's coming back from ACL.
Right.
And he has a reputation.
He
Not
does.
that any of that matters, but he still
Well, I
has
think
a
it does.
reputation.
I think it does. I think if you spend all your glory days, you know, pretty much being two-sided, you know, being an awesome football player, but at the same time, you know, destroying every team that you've been a part of. Well, I can say every team, because the last two teams he didn't really do that.
Right.
But, you know, so his reputation is a big part of this. Basically, if coaches in the NFL are willing to roll the dice on convicts, on people who were in prison, you're talking about Michael Vick, you're talking about Plexico Burrs, these dudes found a job easily. Plexico Burrs was fresh. He had a deal before he got out of jail.
Come on, he shot himself in the leg.
I'm just saying he's a convict.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? He's a convict.
But listen, Terrell Owens got an offer.
Oh yeah, from who?
An arena league.
Well, kudos, good luck.
And how much?
How much?
$400 a week.
Yeah, that'll work for him, right? You know what I'm saying? I think, hey, you can't look. Money is money. You know what I'm saying? If he needs
What
money,
he gonna do for $400 a week?
I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna learn how to look like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, he can feed my family. And that's my quarterback. Yeah, yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like the decisions that people make when they're younger, it comes back to haunt you. And this one here's a prime example of that. You know, the other thing was your boy and Dominican Sue, man. Him and the whole situation with Matt Ryan and going on. And he was saying stuff about how, you know, the guy was hurt, get the car and all this kind of stuff. Now, what's interesting about that is that people forget that these are football players, right? And, you know, and I guess what's acceptable in the NBA ain't acceptable in the NFL. Oh, you can't talk junk. We don't trash talk in sports. We don't do that.
That's from time to time you talk junk.
Right. So, you know, let's take going to Twitter talking about how the guy was dirty. And sticking up for your quarterback is one thing. That's fine. I mean, I understand where Roddy White was coming from. But at the same time, nobody really knows how serious. And if it was serious, trust me, players, they get together when things get serious.
And that's what I think.
Yeah.
You know, you're a grown man. He's a grown man. Why I gotta talk to you about it on Twitter?
Right. Yeah. It's
Come on, dude. Just come in and
you know,
say, listen, that's unnecessary. We don't do that here.
Right.
Or the next play, you make sure Sue feels it.
That's right. Because honestly, I believe
you
that.
can feel with him at the same time.
Right.
Make him feel it.
I believe that was a little bit of hate coming from Roddy White.
Absolutely.
You know, it was
they won the game and all that.
Right.
But it was just ridiculous.
Right.
Unnecessary.
All right, so let's get through these picks, right? So I'm trying to catch up what I am. 4 games back, right? Let's see what I can. First of all, who got on the bye week this week so I can make sure I change my fantasy stuff around properly.
Okay, so on the bye are the Falcons, the Bears, the Packers, the Jets, the Raiders, the Buccaneers.
Okay, that's okay. I don't know how that's gonna play out with the, you know, but we'll see how this works. That's pretty good. I mean, I can't have nobody on none of those teams because I actually finally dropped Josh Freeman. I only played him one time during the season. I finally got rid of him. He's still on there, so. Whoever's in our league, you want Josh Freeman, he out there. You know, yeah. All right.
Okay, game number 1. New Orleans at St. Louis.
Right, New Orleans, St. Louis. So this is I don't know if it's going to see another 62-point game, but this is going to be close to it. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be close to it. I'm going with New Orleans.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, you know.
I was going to try to go for the upset.
No, absolutely not.
Minnesota at Carolina.
Yeah, this one, and this is at Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with them trying to figure out their quarterback situation and all that, I'm sticking with the home team.
Indy at Tennessee.
Indy, Tennessee. I thought it was going crazy. Indy at Tennessee. Indy at Tennessee. Oh, this is easy. Tennessee, right? Yeah.
Okay. Miami at New York Giants. You know
The
I'm
Giants.
going Giants.
Yeah, I think Miami don't really stand a chance.
Okay. Arizona at Baltimore.
Arizona at Baltimore. You going Baltimore this time?
I'm going Baltimore
Okay.
for sure.
All right.
You know they're going to be nasty.
Right. And that's usually how they play, right? Yeah. Okay.
Jacksonville at Houston.
Jacksonville, Houston.
I'm going Houston.
I'm going Houston on this one too. Even Jacksonville, no. I'm going Houston. Yeah.
Detroit at Denver. I'm sticking
Okay,
with Detroit.
I gotta stick with Detroit. Now, as much as I love Tim Tebow, no, you know what? The Lions have lost 2 games in a row.
And you think they're going to lose a third?
I don't know, man. Tim
So
Tebow
you
was
going Tebow
no.
now?
Look, I'm going with the Lions.
Oh.
I'm going with the Lions.
Washington at Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah.
Cincinnati at Seattle.
Okay, I'm going with the Bengals on this one. God, we can't pick the same teams all the way down.
This week is like pretty obvious.
Right.
Okay, Cleveland at San Francisco.
I'm going with the Niners.
Yeah. New England at Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Uh-huh.
That one's an interesting one, but I think I'm going. I've been picking Belichick all season. I'm just picking one. Yeah.
You know.
All right.
Dallas at Philadelphia. I'm going Philly.
Yeah, I'm going Philly on this one too. And I guarantee you, we both gonna be wrong on this one. I just got a feeling that this is gonna be the upset game of the week.
San Diego at KC.
San Diego. That's San Diego. I'm gonna go San Diego on this one.
Okay, you going San Diego. I'm gonna go KC.
All right.
It's pretty different.
Okay. So we had one different game.
One different game.
Well, that ain't really gonna make me catch up. You know, since I'm looking forward to next week, right? Well, that's our picks for the week, guys. And what I want to say before we get out of here, though, thank you for all the people who followed us on Twitter in the last week. We definitely appreciate it. And we're gonna keep on trying to bring you the show. And the more people that we can reach with, the better. That's the whole goal.
And we're gonna start tweeting a little bit more often.
Yeah, except for you.
He will. I'm not good with Twitter.
Right, yeah, I tweet. That's what I do, right? And everybody continue to hit the YouTube page. We could actually do a little bit more commenting on the YouTube page, but whatever the case may be, right? We'll do that. But yeah, we just want to say thanks for all of that. And again, we want to say thanks to our sponsor, SatelliteTVDirect.com. Again, if you want some live streaming video TV on your computer from anywhere on your mobile device, click the link in the description below. It is to the homepage of SatelliteDirectTV.com. All right, that's going to do it for us this week, y'all. And we will see y'all next week. I am Big Q.
I'm Bernie Bay.
Peace.